welcome back to another channel for Source Energies. So, today I want to talk a little bit about some of the Kabbalistic beliefs. So, the Kabbalists have a saying: use your understanding wisely and be wise with your understanding. So, the Kabbalists believe in liberating our consciousness and getting closer to the divine in order to do that. Not by like any sort of tyrannical sort of way, like, destroy this to get rid of that, or block out this, or shove out this, but more along lines of bring out the best in yourself and everybody else through divine connection, divine intervention, through understanding and through connection, not really through dissociation. However, it does the, what's it called? The Sefer Yetzirah does go into some detail about how, in order for this stuff to even be created, it's created through separation. But through the reunification process do we achieve the state that we're talking about. It's through, which doesn't happen unless you go through the experience, right? And the experience is supposed to teach you the value of connection, the value of virtue, and the value of understanding, and the value of applying that understanding in a loving, kind-hearted, harmonic kind of way, It's supposed to bring out the best in people. And some people might try to use that against us, but all they're really doing is separating the chaff from the fruit, the chaff from the actual grain. So that way we can bring out the best in us anyway. So in a weird way, those type of people end up weeding themselves out. I'm not saying give up on everybody, but I am saying that, healthy boundaries should be placed. People deserve to be in a position to where they're going to grow the most, where they're going to be the best that they can be, and that isn't always possible unless we choose to go out and experience and do things, the way that we believe is right. And sometimes that means experiencing some harsh lessons, but it's how we react to those lessons, right? If you're just blaming everybody else, the blame will never end. There's always something to blame. There's always something to complain about. There's always something that we think is better than what we have. But in my opinion, and the opinion of some of the wisest people I've talked to, it's about making the best with what you've got. It's about appreciating what you got. It's about showing the respect and care that's necessary, that attracts other people who respect and care for those things. I'm not saying you won't attract people who aren't that way, but I am trying to say that eventually, how you love yourself shows, and that can spread as much as a negative opinion can spread. Alright, so I'm going to do some I Ching Oracle cards. That's what I was pretty much guided to talk about today, but we'll see what else pops up. Alright, guides of the viewers and my own spirit guides. If there's anything that you want me to say. Oh yeah, so this image keeps popping up in my head. It's a Three of Swords variation. It has to do with taking the grief and the pain, what you're going through, and seeing it more as a new opportunity that feels uncomfortable and awkward and not really, what we want to experience, but will bring us more into what we can view as more comfortable and as more along the lines of what we want, to see it as an opportunity, not necessarily as something that's there to screw you over, but something that's there to help you understand. A lesson of sorts. Nothing comes before a spiritual lesson. You'll go through the same thing over and over and over again until you do the right thing for yourself. Like, I don't know why it happens that way, but it does. It's just a fact. And we got water over fire. And it says, after completion. Number 63. Alright, success. You have achieved your goal, but now is not the time to relax. Your work has just begun. Pay attention. Anticipate problems. Don't let things deteriorate. Persevere. Alright, we're going to look at the guidebook for this one. 63. last page. Oh, close to the last page. Okay. Yep, water above fire. Or, yeah, fire below water. Congratulations, you have reached your goal, but there is still more to be done. Finalize the details. Make good on your promises, and don't let down your guard. After a long project, it is easy to want to take it easy, to relax, and enjoy the accomplishment. But you still need to pay attention. This is exactly when things can start to deteriorate. Stay focused on the details, anticipate problems, and fix them. Be willing to adapt. Look at the bigger picture and be devoted to your long-term goals. Persevere. Success does not last unless it is well cared for. It's maintenance, right? You have to keep maintaining our goals. You don't want to just jump into something and be like, oh, I'm done. Like, that's short-lived. That's just not going to last, right? That's just something that'll bring about, a short-lived victory. Like I said, when it comes to, people, and their words and their actions, let me put it this way. When it comes to relationships, like both in love and partnerships, the chemicals that are there that are exciting and make everything fresh and fun, those only last so long, right? They're only going to last a while, the beginning of the relationship. It's after a little bit of time has gone by where you start to see what they choose to maintain, what they choose to respect and what they choose to care about. Like I said, love is the fruit of sacrifice, right? As Lao Tzu says. So over a period of time, you can really start to see somebody. I like something that Tao Te Ching says that really helps in this regard, okay? My words have an ancestor. My deeds have a Lord. The people do not know this, so they do not know me. In other words, you can't possibly know a person until you see why they say the things they say and what it relates to, the feelings that it connects to. You can't possibly know what a person likes to do, what a person's going to do, until you see why they do things or what they choose to act upon, right? That's how you're really going to be able to see people for who they are and for what they really want, right? That's what's really going to bring out the most of them. So, as the Oracle I Ching said, and that's probably what the guides are helping us communicate and reaffirming, that's what you want to pay attention to, not to the, I got something, but to the, okay, here we are, what does this mean? Because, as I was saying before, and as I always tell you guys, and as the Tao Te Ching says, okay, what you lose is less trouble than what you gain. I know it sounds bad, but if you ever read the I Ching and the Tao Te Ching, it's a book of paradoxes, okay? Like everything is only half the truth. You have to really pay attention to not to everything, but to the other side of the equation, to the yin and the yang, to really get the middle ground, to really understand the perspective of the matter. It's a matter of the middle, okay? It's a matter of reconciliation, not exactness. There's something else I'd like to say. Everything is because of the isn't, okay? And everything isn't because of the is, right? It's right in the middle. It's always right in the middle. Anything I tell you is only half the truth, Use discernment. Take what resonates. Use it to your use it to the your benefit, not to the negative. And just take everything with a grain of salt. And for a grain of salt, you take a pinch of sugar with it, right? Okay, so we got fire over, what is this? Lake, I believe. All right, decrease. Here we go. I think that's fire over lake. Okay. Decrease. Oh yeah, I forgot to say thank you, Catherine Pilfrey, for your I Ching Oracle cards. All right, so simplify your life. Decide what is important, right? Find balance in life's ups and downs. Thank you for the confirmation. Draw on your inner strength. Be your best self. Things will increase in time. All right, we're going to read a book for this one too. 41. Right, mountain above lake. Yeah, that's what I said, right? Oh no, it's not what I said. I said something else. My bad. There's mountain above lake. Memorizing the hexagrams ain't no easy task. Okay. The trigrams are combined into hexagrams, so they're combined into two trigrams are combined to create a hexagram. Okay, anyway, decrease and increase are a natural function of life. Learning to adapt to the two is one of the key teachings of the I Ching. In a time of decrease, recognize the situation for what it is and simplify. This applies to many aspects of your life. We were just talking about this. Figure out what your priorities are. You may need to sacrifice some things to get where you want to go, but there is no shame in this. Draw on your inner strength. Let go of emotional extremes and self-indulgence. This is an opportunity to develop your character and put your life in order. If it is a time of financial constraints, cut back on expenses. This doesn't mean you should become miserly in relating with others. Be generous. You still have a lot to give. Resolve to become your best self. Trust that things will increase in time. So, kind of jumped ahead, but so what is I Ching Oracle? So, a mix. The I Ching Oracle, okay, is a mix of lines, as you can see. Hey, so sorry for the lapse in the video, but I've realized that I did not go over the I Ching Oracle correctly. First of all, I did it backwards. Gotta love dyslexia. It's the solid line, that's the yang line, almost did it again, and it's the line with a cut through it, or a hole through it, or a space, that is the yin line. Now the Tao Te Ching, the I Ching, is kind of a, let's just say, it's a reference chart to all the different elements, and those elements combining in different ways, okay, produce certain situations. And I'm pretty sure it's the 68 hexagrams, right? 64 hexagrams. Terrible numbers too. Right. And these combinations of the trigrams creates these hexagrams. Okay, so it's a huge thing. And these different situations or different things are kind of like the tarot, right? They resemble different areas in your life or different aspects of life, like tarot, that exist. And these oracle cards are supposed to help you understand the situation and give you advice for these scenarios. So thank you for your patience. A lot of other things use an elemental chart, but this one specifically was, let's just say, created in order to develop a system, kind of like how the tarot was made to create a specific system. What I like about the I Ching oracle cards is that it has to do with the Tao philosophy, right? And each philosophy is unique and special in its own, like the Kabbalistic philosophy, it's related to tarot. The I Ching oracle is related with Taoism. There's a few more that exist, but I haven't really gotten too far into that yet. I've mainly just studied in the Taoist philosophy and the Kabbalistic philosophy. They stood out to me the most, but I'm going to try to stay on point here. And this was kind of a crash intro to the I Ching Oracle, but I'll leave some description notes, stuff that have to do with it. Okay, is there anything else guides want to say, or is there anything, any viewers, guides that want to point to a direction that we can go to? Because I'm just about done with this reading, if not. Okay. We got thunder over heaven. All right. Number 34. Great power. With great power comes great responsibility. All right. There's a lot of potential. Use your power for good. Be careful, strong, and principled. Do what is right. Be humble in your strength. Think of others. Act with grace. Okay. Got number 34. Okay. Yep, thunder over heaven. You are in a position of power and strength. It is important that you use it wisely and for the right reasons. There's a lot of potential if you handle your power properly. Power should be used for good. It should not be used for selfish means or aggrandizement. Aggrandizement. That's a different one for me. I'll look that up. Don't fall into arrogance or abuse of your power. Be humble and patient. Assess the situation to figure out when is the best time to act. If you follow the rules and consider the welfare of others, you will gain their support. Work through obstacles while impacting as few people as possible. Persevere. Use your power to accomplish great things for the benefit of all. Once again, thank you for these oracle cards. Appreciate it. All right. Hope you can do a quick prayer. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, guides, Divine Mother, Holy Yahweh, for helping us to deliver this message, to bring us closer to you, to understanding, to being the best we can be, to refining ourselves, so that way we could bring about the best within us and therefore the best within everyone else. And we ask for your continued guidance and support, and to show us opportunities and things to be grateful for that we were not, or that we were overlooking, or that we did not see. And I hope that you can show us signs, and hope that you can show us your presence when we need it the most. Thank you very much. Amen. Thank you for listening. You all have a good day, night, morning, wherever you are.